the deepest needs in our life no human being can meet. Only Jesus can meet those needs. And here's what those needs are. There are 4 needs that we all have that drive us. When you woke up this morning, when I woke up this morning, these things are driving us whether we realize them or not. And the first is acceptance. Acceptance. The second is identity. The third is security. The fourth is purpose. Let me talk about these. If you're taking notes, I'll say this again. Acceptance. I want to know that I'm loved for who I really am. You know, most of us love each other based on what we don't know. You know, we love each other, but we don't know everything about each other. You know, it would really be a challenging thing if we absolutely knew everything about each other, every detail, if we could still love each other. But can I tell you something about Jesus? He knows everything about you, and He still loves you. His love isn't based on what He doesn't know. His love is based on the fact of what He does know. He knows everything that you've ever done. He knows every secret of your heart. He also knows everything that you will ever do, and He loves you anyway. I don't want to be loved with this superficial love of the world. It's not enough. In other words, I don't want to be loved because my teeth are white enough. You know, because, you know, we're getting to the point of white teeth, we're about to start causing eye problems for each other. You know, it's just like the standard just keeps getting higher and higher. Or because my deodorant time release is just right. Or because I have 6-pack abs, and I do have 6-pack abs. I just am careful with mine, and I cover them with padding. And so, but, you know, there is an acceptance that the world gives you, and the acceptance of the world just says, I'll love you if you look good enough, and if you act good enough, and if you do all the right things. But God's love says, I will never leave you, I will never forsake you. What can separate me from the love of God? Not height, nor depth, nor principality, nor power, nor thing in the past, nor thing in the future. Nothing can separate me from the love of God. And the acceptance of God is not this superficial human type of performance acceptance. The acceptance of God is, on my worst day, He will not leave me, and He's my best friend. If every human being deserts me, God will never desert me. Aren't you glad we serve that kind of a God? Identity. Who am I? Who am I really? I need to know that I'm special. I need to know that I'm significant. And here's the issue there. In Psalm 139, it tells us that God knit us together in our mother's womb. In other words, the only one that can tell me who I am is the one who created me. You can tell me who you think I am. You can tell me what I am in your life. I may be a marriage teacher to you, or a friend, or a pastor, or a husband, or a father. But only Jesus can tell me who He made me in my mother's womb to become. You know, this is Revelation 2:17, and it's a wonderful promise. It fascinates me. You know, Jesus wrote 7 letters to 7 churches in Revelation 2 and 3. And in every letter, at the end of the letter, He gives a promise to overcomers. To him who overcomes, I'll let him sit with me on my throne. To him who overcomes, I'll let him eat from the tree of life. They're phenomenal promises. Do you know one of the promises in Revelation to people who overcome is when we get to heaven, He will give us a stone with our real name on it. And no one else has that name. My name is Jimmy Evans. My name is Jimmy Dale Evans. My name is Dale Evans. And for those of you old enough to understand the significance of that, when I was a little boy, Dale Evans was like Martina McBride. Dale Evans was a female country western singer, and I was just thinking, what were my parents thinking? Naming me after, you know, Dale Evans. When I just hated my name, and I was thankful I was a large child because I could defend myself back then. People called me Dale Evans, and so I'm thankful that my real eternal name is not Jimmy Dale Evans, and Jimmy Evans is fine. I'm trying to do the best with it in this life. But one day, when you walk into heaven, God will say to you, "Come here, child, come here," and you'll walk up to Jesus, and He's going to hand you a stone. And He's going to say, now here's your real name. Every person that misses heaven will never know what their real name was. They will live through eternity never knowing who they really were. See, you can't find out who you really are from another human being. When you pray, when I got saved at 19, it was like 2 weeks later when the Lord called me to do what I'm doing right now. When the Lord spoke to me, this is who you really are. You're lost without God telling you your real identity. No person can do that for you. Number 3 is security. I need to know that I'm secure. I need to know that everything's going to be all right. That financially and physically and in every way, I need to know everything's all right. Well, let me just say this, is that God is the only one who's above everything. He's above the economy. He's above Al-Qaeda. He's above the weather. He's above time and space. Our God is the only one who can truly make us secure. In Psalm 91 says, because I've taken refuge in God and I've come under the pinion of His wing, though 1,000 fall at my side and 10,000 at my right hand, it will not come near me because I've made God my refuge. The only security that we could ever get in this life is in God, not in anything else. And the 4th major need that we have is purpose. I need to know there's a reason for my life. I need to know there's a reason for me to wake up tomorrow morning and to give it a shot. And here's the issue. Now, you can live your life to make money, but if you're living your life to make money, it's a very short-sighted thing. Because you may get enough, you may not get enough, but you're always measuring your existence by how much money you have. And I'm going to tell you, there just comes a point in life that that's not a very good purpose to live by. But I want you to understand something. You're the child of God, and you have an eternal reason for living. And God has a purpose for you in His family and in His army and in His church to affect people's life for all of eternity.
Thank you for joining us. Partner with Marriage Today and receive the Marriage on the Rock series on CD or DVD. Follow your interests and get social by connecting with Jimmy and Karen and the Ministry of Marriage Today on Twitter. Marriage Today's latest book, Happy, Happy Love, will supercharge your marriage with practical tips, wisdom, and inspiration for every stage of marriage. Visit happylovebook.com. Become a rock-solid partner today and equip yourself with the tools you need for a successful marriage. $14, $28, or $56 per month. Choose the partnership level that's right for you. Become a rock-solid partner today.